Gilda, I went by your house today and it smelled like curry. It smelled delicious. Could I have some to give to my family? But our house is on the 7th floor of an apartment. Did you come all the way to the front door or something? Come now, there's no need to worry about the details. You see, everyone in my family loves curry, so we'd like to take it from you. Come on, Gilda, you know how we're struggling financially and have 3 kids to feed, right? Couldn't you be kind enough to just give us some food? Huh? Wow, so this is one of your sudden requests again. Everyone in my family likes curry as well, and I only made enough for the 4 of us, so I won't be giving any to you. I sympathize with your struggles, but I simply don't feel the need to give you our food. If you and your family are truly struggling, as you say, then why don't you apply for financial aid? But why would I apply for financial aid if you could just give it to me yourself? I mean, you say you don't feel the need, but in reality, you're just too selfish to help us out, aren't you? Besides, isn't it only natural for you to make curry for everyone in my family as well? What? Well, I guess you could call me selfish for not helping you out, but to be honest, we aren't really that close, Sofia. And I'm no saint that goes around helping the needy either. And no, it isn't natural for me to make curry for your family as well, since we barely even know each other. Do you text the other mothers like this all the time too? Aw, don't say that, Gilda. We're friends, aren't we? And no, I don't ask the other mothers for favors like this because I know you're the only one who's kind enough to actually help me. I mean, I'm always nice enough to ask for your curry, Gilda. Why do you always just turn me down? Seriously, don't you feel even a little bit guilty wasting my kindness like this? Yeah, but I've never even thought to myself that I'd like it if you received my curry. We're not friends, Sofia. Don't call me that. I mean, you're not really being kind to us anyways, since what you're doing is actually just bothering us by asking for our stuff. This is food I made for my family, so I won't give it to you. What? What are you trying to say, Gilda? I'm trying to say that I'm not going to give you a single spoonful of curry. If I had known it would come to this, I would have never entertained you by giving you some of our food last week. What did you just say to me? To think that I was nice enough to visit you guys at your apartment. I'm only trying to be a good neighbor, you know. All right, I'll consider this as just one of your pranks again. A prank? This isn't a prank, Gilda. I'm being 100% serious. If you're not a selfish bitch that only thinks about herself, then give me some of that curry you made. Yeah, call me whatever you want. What makes you think I'd care? Anyways, I still have some housework I need to take care of, so bye. Hey, hold on! But if you don't give us some of your curry, then my family will have nothing to eat for dinner. Seriously, Gilda, if we starve, it's going to be your fault. Just give us your curry so you won't have to feel guilty anymore. Hey, Gilda, what's with the car? Huh? What do you mean the car? The car that was parked in the parking lot? Oh my God, I am so jealous of you. If you're talking about my car, then I've been using it for about half a year now. What do you mean you're jealous? It's just a regular car made in the country. My, to think that you would call a car like that regular? That must mean that you were secretly rich, right? I mean, a car like this probably cost at least 100 million euros, right? Jesus, Gilda. What does your husband even do for a living? And why do you guys live in such a regular apartment if you've got so much money? What? I have no idea what you're talking about, Sofia. I mean, you live in a regular 3DK apartment, so I was just almost fooled into thinking that you guys were just an average household. I get it. You're the kind of person who doesn't care much about food or housing and just uses all their money on cars, right? Not really, but I'm pretty sure that our household income is pretty average, actually. In fact, due to the recent inflation, we've been forced to be tight with money recently. We definitely don't have enough money to buy a car worth 1 million euros, if that's what you wanted to ask. It's no use trying to hide that you're rich, because I already know. And now that I've seen that amazing car, it's your duty as a celebrity mother to support me and my family who are suffering, because we have 3 children, even though my husband doesn't earn that much money. You don't have any excuse not to give me stuff anymore, Gilda. If you don't, you'll truly just be a selfish bitch, and I'll tell all the other mothers about it. I already told you, my family is neither rich nor famous. So I'm afraid we won't be able to help you. And I don't care if you call me selfish or whatever, but it's just the way of the world. People prioritize themselves and their family above everything else, and we're no different. Besides, I don't want to be called selfish by someone who always asks for stuff but never gives anything in return. What are you talking about? What do you mean you're neither rich nor famous? I mean, your husband earns enough money for you to be able to be a housewife, right? That alone is enough to show that someone is rich in this day and age. I'm not a housewife. I just work from home. Oh, so that means that not only does your husband earn a lot of money, but you earn money yourself as well. That must mean that you have a ton of money then. You must do some high-class job yourself, right? I know you must be an investor or something. Wow, I never knew you were so talented, Gilda. No, I'm not an investor. I'm just a regular employee who works for the planning department at B Corporations. My husband is also just a regular office worker who earns a regular salary. Will you please stop making all these assumptions? None of them are true. I already told you, Gilda. I know you're lying because there's no way someone with a regular salary would be able to afford a car like that. Give me that car of yours. Huh? So this is what you wanted from the start, huh? If you're that rich, then you can just buy another one, right? So give it to me. My family clearly needs it more than you. Do you know how much a luxury car would help a struggling family with 3 children? A lot. I mean, we definitely wouldn't be struggling anymore. I'm afraid I won't be able to do that. That's the only car our family owns. And for the last time, we don't earn enough money to be able to just buy another car. Fine, then just let me drive it first. I'll decide then whether I'll take it from you or not. I won't give it to you, and I won't let you drive it either. Who knows what you might do? You might try to run away with it or get into an accident or something. Aw, please. It's fine if you just let me drive it a bit, right? Come on, Gilda, what harm would it do? No, it's not lending the car itself that's the problem here, but the fact that I'm going to be lending it to you, who, if we're being honest, I have zero trust with. Jesus, Gilda, you're going to hurt my feelings with words like that. I thought we were friends. If we really are friends, then just let me drive your car for a bit. I want to drive it. I want to drive it. I want to drive it. You're so stubborn. For the last time, I am not going to let you drive it. Bye. Huh? You're so stingy, Gilda. Fine. I'll just do something about it myself. I still really want to drive that car. So I thought to myself, so I went to the parking lot and, oh my God, the keys to the car were left on the hood. This means I can drive it, right? Yes, I knew you were my friend, Gilda. You always deny it, but I know you're just the kind of person that isn't very open about their own feelings. You're so cute letting me know I can drive the car in this fashion. I mean, seriously. You tell me that you won't let me drive it, but one day you change your mind and leave the keys on the hood, and you don't tell me anything because you're too shy to do so. Anyways, thanks for changing your mind about me driving the car, Gilda. I'll take it out for a ride right now. Huh? Sofia? You're going to take our car out for a drive? What are you talking about? But I'm currently driving the car on my way to the supermarket. Stop with these jokes, please. They aren't funny. I'm going to tell you one more time, I'm not going to let you drive our car, and I'm definitely not going to give or lend it to you either. Seriously, where do you come up with all this nonsense? Oh, my, looks like I got a text from Gilda while I was driving. Huh? What do you mean you're driving your car and are on your way to the supermarket? But I'm driving your car right now, so there's no point in trying to lie. Oh, I get it. You're still too embarrassed that you changed your mind and are actually going to let me drive your car, which is why you're still denying it like this, right? It's all right, Gilda. I forgive you for being mean towards me at the start. We're best friends forever, after all. To tell you the truth, I thought that driving this car was difficult at first, but once you get used to it, it's actually all right. I got the opportunity to take your car out for at least a test drive, so I decided to go somewhere far away, and now I'm on the highway. It feels so good speeding down the highway in your luxury car, Gilda.
Sophia, what? You're on the highway? Don't tell me, but are you actually driving right now?
Yep. Well, not exactly right now, because that would be dangerous, right? I'm currently at a road stop taking a break, though. It feels so good going vroom vroom and going full speed in this car.
But I'm trying to tell you that I used our car to go to the supermarket. I already parked it in our parking lot, but I can see it from our balcony. I'm pretty sure it's still there. I'm afraid that yet again, I don't know what you're talking about, Sophia.
Yeah. It's getting kind of old, Gilda. Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you. The car was scratched a bit, but don't you dare complain about something as little as this, all right? Today's a test drive, after all. Make sure you have it repaired before I come and take it from you, all right?
Sophia, can you still text right now?
Yep, I'm still taking a break at the road sign. I'm planning on heading out soon. What is it?
You said that you were driving a luxury car, right? The one with the golden number plate and the silver car frame?
Yep. Why are you asking me that? This is your car, isn't it? You're weird, Gilda.
I want you to stay calm and listen to me right now. Our family doesn't own any such luxury car. We only own a regular 4-seater.
What?
Yep, my car is a white car made by Nissan, and it was bought secondhand as well.
What? But that was your previous car, wasn't it? I saw you leaving the parking lot driving a car like that before. It's the second closest one to the entrance, right?
Yeah, I do park it at the second closest lot to the entrance.
There, you see?
But there's a similar parking lot 1 block down from the one I always use. I went to the balcony earlier to check if my car was still there and saw that there was a crowd gathering at this other parking lot. Could it be? I thought to myself and went to see what was happening.
Wait, is it the case that...
Yes, it is. You went to the wrong parking lot, Sophia, and mistook the luxury car parked at the lot second closest to the entrance for mine. Then you got in the car without the owner's permission and took it for a ride. I think this is what happened.
No way! You've got to be kidding, right?
There's no point in me making jokes at a situation like this.
Then who is the owner of this luxury car?
Yep, I think that's where you screwed up the worst.
Who is it?
Have you heard of Anton?
Is that the crazy guy who's suspected of having ties with the criminal underworld?
Correct.
What? Then I'm in big trouble, right? Please, Gilda, I'll come back immediately and return the car without anyone noticing, so don't tell anyone that I took the car out for a drive.
I told you earlier that there was a crowd at the parking lot, right? It means that Anton himself is there, and there's a commotion because he's screaming about how his car got stolen.
No way.
Apparently, there were eyewitnesses to you stealing the car and taking it out for a drive, so there's no point trying to hide anymore.
Steal? I didn't steal it.
There's no point trying to run away either, so you should just come back immediately and return the car, or contact the authorities right away.
Gilda, what should I do? I got into an accident. I was panicking the whole time I was driving home, and I'm fine, but the car's been flattened. What should I do? Seriously, what should I do? I'm fucked now, aren't I? Gilda, please give me 1 million euros. I need to pay for the car that I broke. I mean, this is all your fault for not telling me that that wasn't your car sooner, so you need to do something about this. Please, at least just read my messages. Apparently, if I don't give him 1 million euros by 3 days, he's going to do something terrible to me. I have no choice but to ask you, the one who's responsible for this mess, to give me the money. If you feel bad about getting me into this mess, then hurry up and give me the 1 million euros. He says I need to give it to him by sunset on Saturday. Gilda, where's the 1 million euros? Oh shit, the sun's about to set. My husband gave me divorce papers and went into hiding with our children, so I can't rely on them anymore. Are you going to tell me that you don't care what happens to me? Are you just going to throw me away, the friend you were kind enough to lend a car to once? Shit, the sun has set. Anton is here with a bunch of muscular men. Please, I need 1 million euros in cash right now. We're currently behind the parking lot his car used to be parked in. Come here quick. If you're not going to give me the cash, then at least come here so you can be taken away instead of me, please. He told me that if I couldn't pay the 1 million euros, then he's going to make me work for him for the rest of my life. He says that that probably won't even be worth half of what I owed him. Please, Gilda, I think he plans on selling me to slavery or something.
I could already see Sofia telling everyone that it was my fault she broke Anton's car, so I decided to be one step ahead of her and tell Anton how she must have thought his car was my car because our cars are parked in the same spaces, but in different parking lots. But thankfully, he seemed to be a sane man and said it's her fault for trying to take someone else's car in the first place, and told me that this was in no way my fault. By the way, it seems that Anton went to Sofia's husband and told him that he would let him and his kids go on the condition that he divorced Sofia. He didn't need to tell Sofia's husband twice. And he finished the necessary paperwork required for his kids to change schools and for them to move somewhere far away at the speed of light. Sofia's parents had cut ties with her years ago, and so now that her family left her, she was completely alone with no one she could rely on. I don't know if the rumors about Anton having ties to the criminal underworld are true or not, but it's true that Sofia suddenly disappeared the day after she was supposed to give him the money. No one dares question what happened to her after that, and there hasn't been a word from her ever since.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Katya. Are you still enjoying that life of poverty of yours?
Good evening, Palma. First of all, I'm not in poverty and get by just fine. What makes you think that I'm in poverty? Anyways, what do you want?
Yeah. You're poor compared to my father, so there's no point in acting all tough.
Your father?
Yeah, my father. You haven't heard of him? I got divorced with my husband a few years back, and I'm now living with my parents in their house. You already know that, right? It's not the weird kind of father, all right? I don't need to do such perverted things because my family is already so rich.
Oh, yes, I've heard. I heard that you were so careless with money and so selfish that your husband lost patience with you and divorced you.
Huh? That's not how it went at all. It's just that my ex-husband couldn't keep up with my celebrity lifestyle, which means that we were meant for different worlds in the first place, and we only noticed that after we got married. I pitied him and how he had to live with me in my celebrity world when he couldn't keep up, so I let him go back to the world of the common people.
Huh? You let him go back to the world of the common people? I guess that's one way of putting things.
Huh? What are you trying to say? I know you're jealous of my celebrity lifestyle, but that's no excuse to get all salty on me, all right?
Whatever. Could you get to the point already? Why did you suddenly contact me? I don't have the time to talk nonsense with you all day, so please hurry up and tell me what you came to say.
What do you mean nonsense? But I'm your fellow mother at the kindergarten. That's a bit too mean, don't you think? Anyways, though, I agree. I should just hurry up and tell you the news because it's something that will make you fall to your knees. You won't be able to act all tough after you hear what I have to tell you.
Is that so? Hurry up and say it then.
You see, it's about your husband, Lewis. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid he's mine now.
What?
You see, I've been thinking recently that my children need a father and that I need a husband myself. That's when I remembered that your husband, Lewis, was such a high-spec and handsome man. Someone like that is wasted on a poor woman like you, so I decided to have him for myself. We've been going out for a few months now, and he finally said that he wanted to get married with me.
So, what you're trying to say is that my husband cheated on me with you?
I don't like how you put it that way. It makes it sound like I did something wrong. I want you to say that this is a successful celebrity marriage. Besides, it's not cheating because I'm a better fit for him than you ever were.
I don't know what your definition of cheating is, but I'm pretty sure that that's not how the law defines it. Anyways, I don't care about any of that. Just get to your point already.
Huh? But I already did get to my point. I just wanted to come and tell you that I stole your husband from you.
Are you sure that's it? You went out of your way to tell me about this yourself, which means that you probably intend on putting an end to this soon, right?
Putting an end to this? What do you mean by that? Oh, you're talking about the alimony, right? Jesus, this is the problem with poor people like you. Your husband just got stolen from you, and the first thing you think about is the money that you're going to receive from me as an alimony? This is why I hate the common people. It's like all their emotions have been replaced with a lust for money.
Calm down, princess. It seems that you don't quite understand the situation. Please don't forget that you're the one who's in the wrong here and not me. You really shouldn't be as proud about this as you are right now.
You're so mean, Katya. It's not my fault that I was a better match for your husband, Lewis, than you were. I'll forgive you for being so mean to me, though, because I'm going to consider what you just said to me as the final cries of the poor woman who just lost her husband.
Could you seriously just stop with all your nonsense? I want to get this over as fast as possible, as reading your text is honestly a pain in the rear end. What are we going to do about the alimony?
That's not a problem. My dad is going to pay for it anyway, so just hurry up and get divorced with Lewis, all right?
You're going to count on your father, huh?
Yeah, so what if I count on my father to pay the alimony? What difference does it make to you? Anyways, should I give you 10,000 euros for the alimony or something? That's above the average amount for things like this, right? 10,000 euros is nothing for my father, you see.
Aren't you like 40 years old? And you're seriously saying stuff that a rich teenage girl would say?
Yeah, say whatever you want. You're just jealous your family is too poor for you to rely on your parents yourself. I mean, my father works as the department head for one of the 2 largest companies in this area. His salary increased almost 3-fold ever since he became a department head, which means that even if I'm now divorced and I'm a single mother, I don't have to worry about money even a single bit. I'm basically a celebrity, you know.
You're getting off topic again, Pelma. What makes you think I wanted to hear any part of what you just told me?
Huh?
I already got that you're very proud of being a celebrity, but I'm going to have to talk with Lewis himself first and check whether what you just told me now is true. If necessary, I'm going to be hiring a lawyer after that and ask him or her to handle this for me. Please be a bit more patient, because I won't be able to get divorced with Lewis just yet.
Is that so? But are you sure it's all right if you hire a lawyer? I mean, wouldn't that be a bit too expensive for someone as poor as you?
You're still saying that? Like I said, I'm not poor. I don't know why you ever started thinking that in the first place.
I mean, once you get divorced with Lewis, you won't be able to maintain your current lifestyle anymore, right? Which is why I'm just so worried about you.
Is that why you've been calling me poor all this time? Because you knew that me and my husband would get divorced soon?
Yep, I've been calling you poor ever since me and Lewis started going out, you see. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but it will happen, so it's the truth, right? It was so hilarious seeing you confused as to why I was calling you poor.
I think it would be best if you started worrying about yourself and what's about to happen to you before worrying about other people's futures. Just remember, though, that whatever happens to you from now on is your own doing.
Huh? What even is that?
I'm not going to reply to a single one of your texts until I'm finished preparing. Goodbye.
Come on, Katya, what is the meaning of this? Your husband Louis just came to my house. He says that you kicked him out of your house or something? I mean, I get how you don't want to share a roof with a husband who doesn't love you, but Louis is the owner of that house, isn't he? You can't just kick him out like this. You're the one who should leave with your kids. Oh, I get it. Your parents are already dead, right? Which means that you can't rely on them and have nowhere else to go. Not only that, but you're so poor that you can't even stay in a hotel or something. Fine, if that's the case, then I'll forgive you for kicking Louis out of his own home like this. But once you two get divorced and we pay you an alimony, you'll have the money to move out. I won't let you stay in the house after that, all right? By the way, Katya, were you able to hire that lawyer you said you were going to be hiring? My father is getting so impatient and keeps asking me how much the alimony is going to be. I need you to hurry up so he can pay it for me as soon as possible because my father is a busy man, you know? We're just waiting for you now. We'll be able to give you the money on the exact same day you ask it from us. Hey, when's this lawyer of yours going to come? Not only that, but why do you keep ignoring my texts? Why don't you reply at least once? I mean, it's so disrespectful how you keep ignoring my texts, even though you're just a poor woman. Hold on, what is the meaning of this? I happened to go by my dad's office today and saw you entering the building. What does someone like you have to do at a place like that? Oh, don't tell me, but are you currently in the process of trying to find a job after you get divorced? If that's the case, I'll ask to make sure that you don't get hired by his company. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, but that lawyer of yours came today. We're going to give you that alimony you're asking from us by the end of the day, so look forward to it, all right? Katya, what in the world is the meaning of this? Yesterday, when your lawyer came and told me the amount of money we had to pay you, I tried to go and tell Dad about it since he was supposed to pay it off immediately. But when he heard your name, his face went pale and he gave a wail, locking himself in his room. After that, all he said was, "We're screwed." Just what in the world did you do to my father? Katya, what do you mean your husband Louis is just a regular employee? But I thought he was the department head of some other company or something. I also heard from him that the house I thought belonged to him actually belonged to you. I tried to make Louis pay the alimony for me since it looked like my dad wasn't going to be of any use, but even he said that it was impossible. Not only that, but for some reason my mom left my dad divorce papers she had already signed and left. Seriously, what in the world is going on here? This can't be happening. My dad's guilty of embezzlement? Is that why he started panicking and saying that we're screwed?
Good morning, Palma. I was just about to contact you about that myself.
Katya! Finally, you replied to my texts. Hey, tell me what's going on here. What do you mean my father is guilty of embezzlement?
Well, it basically means that he's been stealing money that wasn't his. Because of that, your father was fired from the company.
Huh? What do you mean my father was fired?
It means exactly what you think it means. The reason I was about to contact you was to explain this to you myself.
What?
First of all, I'll tell you who I really am to make what I'm about to tell you now as easy to understand as possible. You see, I'm an executive manager at S Corporations.
What?
This is going to answer the question you had yesterday as well, but you probably mistook Louis for being a department head of some company when, in reality, it was me who had that sort of position.
Isn't S Corporations...
Yes, it's the company your father used to work at before he got fired. I was an executive manager there, which means that I was one rank higher than your father at the company. Meaning that I was your father's boss, basically.
You were my father's boss?
Yes, let me continue. You see, your father was the accounting manager at our company. One day, one of our employees noticed that ever since your father got that position, the finances of the company have been a little strange. I decided to investigate this secretly when you suddenly revealed to me that my husband Louis was cheating on me with you. That's when you gave me a hint as to who the person responsible for the company's finances being off was. You told me that your father was going to pay however much money I wanted, right?
Could it be the case that…
Yes. You see, your father, our former accounting manager, was always pretty free with his money. But ever since he was promoted to this new position, he's been spending a bit more money than one would think a person of his salary would actually be able to spend. You see, there were already plans for tens of thousands of euros from the company's finances to be used soon. We were keeping a watch on him because of that, as there was a possibility that he would attempt embezzlement again, you see.
What? You were investigating my father?
Repeating what I say word for word is a sign that you don't actually understand what's happening, you know? Make sure you read these texts I just sent you one more time carefully after our conversation. Anyways, the team that was tasked to investigate your father was able to successfully catch him trying to embezzle some more money, and he was soon fired after that.
What? So the reason that as soon as father got a promotion at his company, we were suddenly able to live a celebrity lifestyle was because…
It probably had something to do with the money he stole from the company.
But if that's the case, then what am I supposed to do now? Your husband Lewis is just a regular employee and has no money, so I can't count on him. And the money that my father was supposed to give me to pay off your alimony was actually money that he stole. Who's going to pay for this alimony now?
Palma, have you ever considered working and paying it off yourself?
Huh? I'm supposed to get a job now?
Do you see any other options?
But I've never worked a day in my life.
Well, it looks like you'll just have to start.
Yeah, but…
You can't rely on anyone to pay the alimony for you, right? Which means that you'll just have to pay for it on your own.
I think I'll give Lewis back to you.
Sorry, I don't want him anymore. Besides, even if you break up with Lewis or something, it won't change the fact that you'll have to pay me an alimony.
Seriously? But I don't want him anymore.
If you have any questions regarding the law, then please ask my lawyer about it. Well then, I'm going to be blocking this account, so please contact me through my lawyer from now on.
Katya, wait!
Well, that was what happened. Palma's father was found guilty of embezzlement, and in exchange for settling things privately, he was asked to return all the money he stole from the company, which amounted to several tens of thousands of euros. It seems that his daughter Palma helped him out with returning this money. Unrelated to that, though, I was able to receive an alimony from both Palma and Lewis. I thought that Lewis would be taking custody of our children, but apparently he just one day disappeared entirely, telling one of our neighbors that he was leaving to find a new job. For some reason, it looks like Lewis is currently with Palma's father somewhere, and one day, after I had almost forgotten about what happened, our office at S Corporations was suddenly just mailed his letter of resignation. According to the rumor, he had to take on a loan from the same people Palma got a loan from as well. I don't know whether that has something to do with this, but no one knows where the three of them are right now, and neither is anyone able to contact them.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Carmen. Long time no see. It's me, Alice. It's been like 8 years since we last talked, right?
Huh? Alice? Long time no see.
You see, there's something important I need to tell you. I'm about to get married.
Oh, is that so? Congratulations.
Thanks. Why do you not sound like you're excited about it? Is there something wrong? I mean, an old friend of yours is about to get married. Aren't you happy to hear that?
Oh, yeah, that's good news, I guess.
Yep. I'm glad to see that you've cheered up.
And is that all you had to say to me?
Oh, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. Tell me your new address, Carmen.
Why?
I'm going to send you a wedding invitation. You live in the province now because of your husband's work, right? I'll mail it to you directly instead of to your parents' house.
I'd prefer it if you just sent it to my parents' house instead.
Huh? Why? But that would just be more work, wouldn't it?
You see, there's a possibility that we're going to move again at any moment because of my work. It would be even more of a hassle if that happened, so I ask everyone to send stuff to my parents' house instead whenever they want to mail me something. You see, the post office already knows to send me mail that's directed to me whenever it's sent to my parents' house.
Oh, is that so? All right, I'll just send it to your parents' house instead.
Yep, thanks. Hi, Alice. Can you talk right now?
Oh, hi, Carmen. You should have received the wedding invitation I sent to you by now, right? I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
Are you sure the date written on the wedding invitation is correct? It's not some sort of printing error, right?
Of course it's the correct date. I made sure myself that there were no mistakes on the wedding invitations. Why do you ask?
But it says that your wedding is going to be this weekend. This has to be some sort of mistake, right? I mean, that's only 2 days from now.
Yep, that's not a mistake.
Huh? What do you mean, yup? You say that like this is completely normal.
Huh? Do you have any problems with this weekend?
You can't just invite me to your wedding so suddenly. I have plans as well, you know. Besides, I'm going to have to prepare for your wedding as well, aren't I? And it's not like I live nearby to where you're going to throw your wedding ceremony either. This is halfway around the country.
Huh? Are you trying to tell me that you're not going to celebrate my wedding this weekend? But I'm an old friend of yours.
Listen here, Alice. I live quite far away from our hometown now. Are you going to pay for my travel expenses for me to get there?
Huh? Don't you think that's a bit too stingy? If you have any intention of celebrating my wedding, then it's only natural for you to not care about the expenses and come to my wedding no matter what.
That's not what I'm trying to tell you. If I'm going to be going to your wedding, I'll have to prepare clothes and a wedding gift and stuff, right? You're going to make me do all of that in 2 days?
Huh? And then prepare your clothes and a wedding gift then. 2 days should be more than enough time.
No, it's not. I can't just get all of that prepared by this weekend. Besides, it's the polite thing to send out your wedding invitations at least 3 months before the wedding. What you're doing is ridiculous, Alice. Does your husband know that you're doing this?
Come on, Carmen. We're old friends. There's no need to care about such details. I'm asking you to come to my wedding, and all you need to do is show up. Just prepare what you have to prepare and come to my wedding this weekend, all right?
You say that like it's so easy.
I mean, Serena was delighted when she received the invitation and told me that she would come no matter what. Don't you think it would be a bit sad if she came, but you didn't?
What? Serena said that? Hold on. You sent her the wedding invitations at the same time you did to me, right?
Yep. You're the only one who's being so stubborn about this and complaining.
What? She seriously didn't say anything about how the wedding ceremony was only 2 days away? I find that hard to believe.
Are you accusing me of lying now? First you complain about having to come to my wedding, and now this? This isn't how you're supposed to treat an old friend, Carmen. Now, you're going to have to come to my wedding, otherwise I'll never forgive you for this. Besides, a lot of our other classmates are going to be coming as well, so it's going to be like a reunion party. I really don't understand what you're so upset about. It'll be fun. All right then, I'll be seeing you this weekend.
Hi, Serena. Can you talk right now? It's about Alice's wedding. Oh, Carmen. I was just about to contact you myself. Is it true that you replied to Alice's wedding invitation that you were delighted for the invitation and that you would come no matter what? You're seriously just going to ignore the fact that she sent these wedding invitations to us less than a week before her wedding? Huh? I never said anything like that. On the other hand, Alice told me that you were the one who was so excited for her wedding and would come no matter what. Huh? There's no way that's true. Besides, She says she's going to have her wedding this weekend, right? There's only 2 days left. This is completely unbelievable. Tell me about it. Wait, doesn't this mean that she just lied to the both of us? And to think that she got all mad when I accused her of being a liar. At that little? Wait, hold on. Oh my God, look at the weather forecast. Huh? What's the matter? It says on the TV that a blizzard is going to hit the region Alice's wedding is going to take place in on the exact day of Alice's wedding. And that there's a high probability that the transportation systems are going to be shut down. What? Really? It looks like that region is famous for experiencing heavy snowfall. And that snows of more than 2 meters happen regularly. Apparently there are multiple precautions in place for blizzards like this, but the reporter is saying that despite that, the trains are probably going to stop. What? Is her wedding ceremony even going to take place anymore? It's probably impossible now. Carmen, you're on your way to my wedding, right? Huh? Hold on. Are you really going to be hosting your wedding ceremony in this weather? This blizzard is so strong that the authorities there are telling the locals to stay inside. Also, most of the trains have already stopped, apparently. The weather forecast says that the region your wedding ceremony is going to take place in is going to experience over 2 meters of snowfall. Huh? I'm not going to let you not come to my wedding just because there's a snowstorm or something. Besides, you knew that the weather was going to be like this beforehand, right? Why didn't you get here the day before and sleep in a hotel or something? It really wasn't that difficult. Could you stop complaining when you didn't even bother to put in the hard work to make it to my wedding? I couldn't take a leave from my work, so it can't be helped. Huh? Why weren't you able to take a leave from work? That just means you're terrible at planning. What? But didn't you just send me a wedding invitation 2 days before the wedding ceremony was supposed to take place? I don't want to be called a terrible planner by someone like that. Besides, my office isn't going to just let me take a leave with only a day's notice to attend a friend's wedding. So this is kind of your fault for sending out these wedding invitations this late. What? You're saying this is my fault? A true friend would drop everything and come to my wedding even if their company was saying they couldn't take a leave. Besides, could you quit complaining so much? It's just 2 meters of snow. If you really are my friend, then you would come even if you had to crawl your way here. You say that, but sorry, Alice. I guess I'm just not willing to go that far for you. Besides, I already left my house and am on my way there. Let me ask you this again. Are you sure you're going to go through with your wedding? Even if I was miraculously able to make it, I get the feeling that the majority of your guests wouldn't be able to show up. Of course I'm going through with the wedding. If you have the time to complain like this, then hurry up and come already. Don't worry about the other guests, because I'll make sure myself that they'll come. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Serena. Are you on the train right now? Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I'm even going to be able to make it to that region before her wedding is over. But if I don't at least show her that I tried to make it to her wedding, it's going to be even more of a hassle later on. I see. So this is what it's like to be an old acquaintance of Alice, who used to be called the Queen of Selfishness back in school. Your families are acquainted, right? Which means that it was difficult to reply to her invitation saying that you wouldn't come, huh? Yeah, that's basically it. Seriously, who would voluntarily go to her wedding? Oh, I remembered what I wanted to tell you. I found out about why she sent those wedding invitations right before her wedding ceremony was supposed to take place. Why is that? Apparently, she sent a fresh batch of wedding invitations, mostly to people that she met after she graduated high school, but apparently 90% of them replied saying that they wouldn't come. What? Seriously? Well, it is Alice we're talking about. Yeah, one of our underclassmen from high school who went to the same college as Alice told me about it. I see. So she sent a second batch of wedding invitations right before her wedding to people like us who knew her from middle school and high school to make up for the lack of guests? I don't understand why she had sent it that late, though. Maybe she sent the first batch of wedding invitations 2 weeks before the wedding instead of 1 week. I guess this is what happens when the queen of selfishness shows people why she's called that in the first place. I'm just so glad that despite all that, you're coming to this wedding with me. I mean, I can't just let you go on your own to who knows where in this weather, right? Well, it's not like I actually expect to be able to make it there anyways. I'm just pissed that I have to spend all this money on tickets for the Shinkansen. The problem is how we're going to get there once we get off the Shinkansen at Tokyo Station and meet up, right? The weather in the central region is fine, so we'll be able to get to at least there, but... Yep. I doubt we'll be able to get any further than Tokyo.
Carmen, you're on your way to my wedding like you said you were, right? I heard that Serena's almost at the wedding venue. Apparently she can't wait to see me in my wedding dress.
But it looks like you sent Serena the exact same text, but with Carmen instead of Serena. We know that you're lying, Alice, because we're about to meet up at Tokyo Station. And to think that you acted all offended when I accused you of lying to me about Serena being excited for your wedding a few days earlier.
Huh? Well, you see, I only needed to lie to you in the first place because you're such a disloyal friend. If you had just agreed to come to my wedding without complaining like that, I would have never had to lie to you.
Yeah, whatever. It's not like I was surprised or anything. Anyways, did you forget that me and Serena were friends back in high school? You were trying to get us to come to your wedding by making it seem like the other person was excited for it, right?
Yeah, but like I said, it's your fault for not wanting to come in the first place. Hold on, you guys are still in touch?
Yeah. Not just that, though. Since our husbands are cousins, we ourselves are cousins-in-law now.
Huh? Cousins-in-law?
Anyways, I'm almost at Tokyo Station. See you later.
Oh, make sure you come to the wedding like you promised, all right? I am not going to accept the excuse of, I wasn't able to come because of the weather.
Hi, Alice. Me and Serena just met up at Tokyo Station.
What? You're still at Tokyo Station? But at this rate, you guys are going to arrive right as the wedding ceremony starts. I'm not going to let you be late to my wedding ceremony, all right? I'm an old friend of yours, so you can't just do something like that to me.
Well, you see, the Shinkansen that we were supposed to get on to go to the region your wedding ceremony is going to take place in isn't running. It won't go past Tokyo Station.
Huh?
Yeah, and they're saying that it's not going to run anytime soon either.
Huh? You're joking right now, right?
Sorry, but it looks like we don't have the means to get to your wedding ceremony anymore. We won't be able to get there by today, no matter how hard we try.
But that's going to be a huge problem for me.
What? Oh, so is the majority of the guests you invited unable to make it as well or something?
Yes! To think that I was looking forward to being able to throw a romantic wedding ceremony in the snow. I had decided already that I wouldn't postpone it no matter what. But most of the people that I invited said that they won't be able to come anymore because the transportation systems have been shut down because of the blizzard. Even the people who were planning to come here by car can't anymore because the roads have been blocked with snow.
Well, I guess that's only to be expected.
At least you and Serena come to my wedding, please.
But I just told you that that's impossible now that the Shinkansen has been stopped. I'll give you a wedding gift if you want, if you tell me your bank account. We just can't get past Tokyo Station anymore, at least for today.
But... Norman, give me a wedding gift of 20,000 euros.
Huh?
This is your punishment for not celebrating my wedding in person. I'm an old friend of yours, aren't I? And yet you didn't come to my wedding?
Sorry, but there's no way I'm giving you that much money for just a wedding gift. Besides, your marriage was canceled, right? I don't need to give you a wedding gift in the first place anymore. You didn't listen to what everyone else told you when they said to postpone the wedding, and forced the staff at the wedding venue to go through with it despite nobody being able to come because of the blizzard. You ruined yours and your husband's wedding. Even your fiancé, who's basically a saint for being able to put up with your selfishness until now, finally lost patience with you. And in the end, it was decided that your marriage would be canceled. That's what happened, right?
How do you know all that?
You see, your parents told my parents all about it when they came to our house to apologize.
Huh? What do you mean my parents went to apologize to your parents?
You kept sending me these ridiculous texts, right? They came to apologize for that. I wasn't there since I went immediately to my current home after the Shinkansen at Tokyo Station was stopped, but I made an appearance through video chat. I told your parents that I was going to cut ties with you.
You what?
They just said that they understood my decision and that it couldn't be helped, and went home soon after that.
Wait, hold on. But if you cut ties with me, I won't have any friends anymore.
Just because we were friends back when we were kids doesn't mean that we're friends forever, Alice.
Huh?
Well then, goodbye. Like I said, this is the last you're going to hear from me. I was a bit confused as to why Alice suddenly asked me for 20,000 euros as a wedding gift, even though her marriage was canceled. But apparently, Alice was made to pay for all of the wedding expenses. And she was planning on using the money that I was going to give her as a wedding gift to partly pay for it. She was planning on paying for the wedding expenses with the wedding gifts she was going to receive from her guests. But since almost nobody was able to come because of the blizzard, she never got this money and now needs to come up with several thousands of euros. Not only that, but the little amount she did receive as a wedding gift, she had to give back since the marriage was canceled. That's why she asked me for the 20,000 euros, it seems. I told Alice's parents about how she was asking me for 20,000 euros, and of course, they were extremely furious with her. Apparently, they told her, "You're not allowed to get into a relationship until you get your head straight." And not long after that, she was sent to become a monk at a temple one of her parents' friends runs. Alice now has to get by without any smartphones or TVs, and apparently is forced to meditate for hours under a waterfall every day.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.